And we're back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rollsicle. Welcome to a bit of a more just free-form, casual video. I just wanted to hop on the mic and talk about something that came to me the other day. So, the other day, I was sitting here. I was working on a video, actually. I think it was the backlog video or something like that. And Trenton, he hit me up. He was like, dude, it's the Game Awards today. We had been talking about it earlier. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, are they out, though? And he was like, yeah, they basically finished completely. And he was telling me about some of the trailers that came out. He was talking about the Witcher 4 dropping, and they showed Borderlands 4, and they I don't remember everything else that was shown at the showcase, but he was talking about a lot of really, really hype games. And so, that got me talking. Oh, they showed Split Fiction, which is the next game made by Hazelight, the people that made It Takes Two and everything. Very, very exciting stuff. And I didn't really think much of it at the time, right? I was just kind of sitting there like, yeah, dude, I was getting hyped. He was getting hyped. We were having a good time. And then I got back to work and I didn't really think anything of it. But a few days later, I guess, I don't know when this is coming out. Maybe it wasn't even a few days. Maybe it was the next day or something. But I'm talking to Ashley and I was like, you know what? I can't remember, or at least I can, but it's been a while, remembering the last time that I was so excited for the games coming out in a year. Like the games that have been hyped up. You see, it's 2024, and I feel like the consensus out there, like so much consensus out there, is that gaming is just kind of dying. And I don't necessarily disagree with a lot of it, right? Like, I don't disagree that games these days are being like bloated with horrible content, or they don't have great stories, or the protagonists don't really have any character to them. Excuse me. Or any of that stuff. Like, I totally kind of agree with a lot of that. But I also think there are a lot of great games coming out, and it might not have been shown at the Game Awards, but we know we have GTA 6 coming out next year. Borderlands 4 was shown there. Avowed is coming out next year. The new Assassin's Creed, which is probably going to be bad, but like there's hope. You have Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is coming out. Ghost of Yotai is coming out. What else? I got it pulled up here. We have Fable coming out. Skate. Little Nightmares 3. Subnautica 2. Slay the Spire 2 for my indie folk out there. The new Mafia game, the new Doom game. I don't even think that's on this list, but I just remember that one being one of them. And so much more that's not announced, right? Like, we basically have confirmation that the Switch 2 is coming out next year, right? And that's going to come with games. Like, it's definitely not going to come with nothing. Most people think it's going to be Mario Kart 9. How huge is Mario Kart 9? Mario Kart 8, mind you, released on the Wii U. Your boy was in middle school. Anyways, so I was sitting there and I was thinking, I think the last time that I've been so excited for the games releasing in a year was at the end of 2021, looking at 2022, which, to be fair, is only 3 years ago. But that's basically my entire time in college, right? That was at the end of my very, very first college semester. And I had a really, really easy first semester. And I mean easy first semester. I was taking like 4 classes. They were easy classes. I think the hardest class I had was an English class. I had like a theater class that was stupid easy. I was doing nothing. And I was so excited for the turn of that year into 2022 because there were so many exciting games that were coming out. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we were getting Forbidden West. We were going to get Elden Ring. We were going to get Tiny Tina's, which I know never amounted to too much, but I was super excited for it because it was a kind of themed around D&D. I was so excited for these games to come out. And sure enough, those are the years where you see these Game of the Year contenders that really have to fight for it, Go back, I think the best year before that was 3 years before that, right? 2018, you had God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, Mario Odyssey. I mean, big, crazy hitters that all could have won Game of the Year in their own respective, if they had their own respective year. But because they were going up head to head against each other, you had to pick one. And honestly, I haven't played Red Dead 2, but most people think that should have beaten out God of War. And from what I've seen, I can't really argue with it. And that's coming from someone who loves God of War. You guys can check that out on the channel. And that just kind of got me thinking that so much about 2025, beyond even just video games, is like looking so hopeful finally in my life. And I wanted to make this video not only just talk about these games, but then when I got closer to actually making it, to just kind of share that with you guys and maybe even encourage that same mindset a little bit in you guys, right? The turn of the year is a chance to just completely change things. right? My life, if you guys have noticed, has changed a lot. And I made a lot of videos, well, at least a couple videos, talking about that. The biggest one, Thief of Joy, go check it out. You guys have done a wonderful job showing that video support. But if you haven't seen it, TLDW, I had realized that I have been keeping myself from enjoying life, right? And I think that so much I've allowed to get in my way that I'm now finally seeing and letting myself get past. And I'm really excited for that. I'm also really excited for a new year where I can embrace that and I can have a lot of fun and I can bring in and let in a lot of joy. And I'm so excited. And I think the first sign of that is all of these games that I'm finally hyped for again. I mean, we would turn every year and, oh yeah, there's more games coming out. I mean, I think the only game that I can really consider myself excited for, that I followed it until release, played it as soon as it came out, etc., was Spider-Man 2. And even that game left me disappointed. And I don't think it would have if I had been in a different place. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's as good as the first one. But I do think it's a good game. And I think the circumstances around me playing it, which should be here on the channel, were contributing to me not enjoying it as much. So I just wanted to hop on the mic. This isn't going to be that long of a video, but just kind of chatting to you guys about how 2025 and the turn of the year for you guys, just as much as myself, can be such a changing time. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? In Thief of Joy as well, I also talk about how I was always scared of change. And honestly, at times, I definitely still am. Like, I'm not really ready to embrace it when I don't think about it for too long. But once I do sit down and think about it, I realize, no, this change is good. This change is bringing joy back in my life. It's bringing purpose back in my life. I'm having fun. I'm excited about the things that I'm doing every day. I love sitting down and making these videos for you guys. I've been making draft content. I love Magic the Gathering draft. In the background here, I'm playing zombies with Trenton, right? Shout out to Trenton. He's on the God of War videos, right? He just moved out. And I'm going to miss him so much. But he's moving home to go start working. He's moving home to start being a proper full adult. And that's right around the corner for me. It's right around the corner for most of my friends. And for some of them, they're in that peak where they just started a couple years ago. And it just kind of hit me so much is changing in 2025, right? In 2025, I'm going to finish college. In 2025, I'm going to start teaching. Based on the Thief of Joy video in 2025, I'm going to stop getting out of my own way. I'm going to change my headspace. In 2025, I'm going to move, right? I'm going to make new friends. I'm going to leave Tuscaloosa behind, this place that I've mounted my feet in a lot of different aspects, for better or for worse, for the last 4 years. I'm going to get to see my family a little bit more if I move back up to Huntsville area, which is what I'm expecting. If me and Ashley continue working out, which for all intents and purposes, I fully believe that we will, I'll probably be engaged. Who knows how far until I'll be getting married? I mean, this stuff is crazy. That my life is so much different than it was just 4 or 5 months ago, 6, 7, 8 months ago, or even just 2 years ago. So very much has changed. And I think that for me, it's that turning point. It's that turning point where I'm finishing college and what my life really is going to look like going forward is about to begin. And that's not anything like what I thought it was going to look like, even just last year. It's not anything at all like what I thought it was going to look like. But all the good aspects of it are still there, and so many new aspects. For those of you that don't know me personally, I've always been a Christian, but I really recently reconnected with Christ. I got baptized. I had been baptized before, but I got baptized again because I didn't follow through with it the first time, right? And I got baptized again with a promise that I'm going to follow through with it this time. And I'm so excited to see where that takes me in 2025. I mean, there's so much in my life that has changed insanely for the better. And I think that the year 2025 is where I'm really going to get to look back on an entire year of that, right? I can look back on half of the year of that now, but even half of it, the first, the third quarter, right? The first half of the half was rough and things were changing and there were a lot of emotions and things were very heightened. And I'm not pretending like all of that's over with or that the next year is going to be perfect or anything like that. But I get a chance in 2025 to embrace everything that makes me me, right? And when I look at that, that is teaching. That's being a Christian. That's playing video games. That's making videos for you guys. That's loving magic. That's spending time with my family and loved ones. Those are all things that make me me. And I wanted to get on the mic here and just tell you guys that you guys get to do the same thing. If you don't like an aspect of your life, leave it behind in 2024. If there's something that you deep down know you should be looking forward to in 2025 and you're not, figure out why you're not, right? Because there's not any time to waste. You don't want to look back at the end of 2025 saying, I wish I had done it. You want to look back on the end of 2025 saying, I'm so glad I did. And that's the mindset I'm taking into this, right? And it's crazy that so much deep thought really, right, was spawned by video games and just being excited for video games. But it reminded me, hey, this is an opportunity to enjoy things that I haven't really been letting myself enjoy too much lately. And that can extend beyond the video games. I get to enjoy spending time with my friends again. I get to enjoy finishing school. I get to enjoy teaching. I get to enjoy attending church and all of these other things in my life that I enjoy doing. And if you look back and there's things in your life this last year, 2 years, 3 years, it doesn't matter. I've been in this rhythm for at least the 4 years of college, 3.5. I still get to change it. I still get to go back or look back from 2025 and say, I changed it. And that's what I plan to do. And I hope that all of you guys do too. So I'm sorry if this was just a weird video, right? Like if this isn't the type of content you guys are tuning in for, don't get me wrong. I'm going to keep posting on the other type of content as well. But I really enjoy getting on YouTube and just hearing people share their thoughts and hearing people, encourage me to think in ways that I haven't always been thinking. And this is just a really important topic to me. 2025 is your chance to say, no, I'm going to change. And New Year's resolutions are usually kind of the base of that. But don't make it a New Year resolution. Those things are known to fail. Just look back and say, I'm changing. Right? I always heard that there was this way of looking at like quitting alcohol or quitting smoking or stuff like that. And it's a simple thing that I think actually hits really hard. And it's that if you're serious about quitting, you won't count the days that you haven't done it. Right? Because if you don't do it anymore, it doesn't matter how long you haven't done it. You're never doing it again. That number's going to be as many days until the day you die. Right? So stop looking back and saying, oh, I want to enjoy video games again. Or, hey, I let myself enjoy this one. Or, hey, I did this. Embrace 2025 as, no, I'm different. I am truly, wholeheartedly different. And for me, that has worked some wonders. So I'm super excited for the turn of the year here. I cannot wait to finish out break. For those of you that don't know, Ashley's back in California, and I'm super excited to go out there, get to meet her family, get to make some great memories, and then get to come back to Tuscaloosa and just embrace a new year, embrace my student teaching, embrace making these videos for Rollsicle, and just have a blast the whole time I'm doing it, sharing what we love with you guys. And I hope that if this video inspires even one of you guys to do the same, and if even one of you guys watching this video looks back at the end of 2025 and says, I'm so glad I did that, then this video is worth it, right? I make these videos because I want to inspire you guys with the same vigor and inspiration that I found and share that with you guys, because I know it might not apply to all of you. I'm actually almost certain that most of you have probably already found this. They've probably already realized this, right? But I hadn't. And because I hadn't, it makes me wonder if there were others that hadn't. And if that is you, I'm here to say, hey, make 2025 the year that you become the person you want to be. Whether that's changing the way you look at school, changing the way you look at work, changing the way you look at hobbies, changing the way you look at relationships, changing the way you look at your health, or so much more. Don't make a New Year's resolution. Don't fall into the common trap. Just be a different person. And don't start counting. Don't get proud. Well, you can get proud, but don't get egotistical with it. Don't worry about how much you do of that thing. Just do the thing, right? I don't count the days that I go to the gym when I started working out. I just said, no, this is important to me, and I'm going to be a person that does this. I didn't count all of my grades when I decided I was going to take school seriously. I just always said, hey, I'm going to do good at this thing. And I just want to encourage all of you guys to do that as well, right? So I am a person that gets excited for games. I am a person that gets excited for Magic. Like, looking at Magic, I could say so much about the year that's coming up, but I'm so damn excited for Spider-Man coming out. I don't care what you say about Universes Beyond, because finally we got the universe that was for this Beyond, right? Like, I'm so excited for Spider-Man to come out. Now, I don't think the rest of the year is going to be particularly great, and it's paired with a universe that I don't care about, and that's Final Fantasy. And I might get a lot of slander for that, but it's not because I think it's bad. It's just because I never experienced it. Man, I'm so excited for the year, and I hope you guys are too. Okay, I'm going to get off the mic now because we're pushing 16 minutes, and I thought this was going to be like a 12-minute video, maybe even less. So I'm going to hop off the mic, but I hope you guys have an absolutely stellar 2025. And I think that the note I want to leave on is that that's not really up to chance. That's up to you. So make 2025 a year that you're proud of, and I'm going to try to do the same. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope that between now and then, all the rolls are in your favor. May those rolls be ever in your favor. I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Everything that you do helps out this little channel, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.